to Kenya now, where 6 of the victims of the Naivasha tanker tragedy have been identified. The process began this morning after the remains of at least 39 people were transported to the capital, Nairobi. Post-mortems and DNA testing is expected to begin on Tuesday. Some of the victims are burnt beyond recognition. At least 39 people died on Saturday night when the driver of a lorry transporting flammable chemicals to Uganda allegedly lost control and plowed into oncoming traffic along a major highway in central Kenya.
We are taking a look at those that can be identifiable, and we are having photographs taken first so that the families can have a look at those photographs, and those that they feel they can identify in whichever form. By the way they look, they'll be taken to the next stage where they'll do the actual physical identification. For those that are badly burnt, we do not want it to subject families to too much trauma. So for those, they will have to undergo the DNA testing so that we can have proper identification.
Well, Robert Nagila joins me now in the studio. Earlier, he was outside the Chiromo mortuary in Nairobi. Robert, no doubt a somber mood outside the mortuary, and of course a traumatizing day for families of the victims as they go through this identification process. We do understand that some of the bodies were burnt beyond recognition.
Absolutely. A very, very sad day indeed. And I mean, the mood in there, as you described it, somber, one of disbelief for many of the family members, friends and authorities at the scene itself. Yes, a lot of the bodies were burnt beyond recognition for the simple reason, and we've talked to a lot of eyewitnesses, motorists who are either near there. I spoke to a gentleman called Kimani, who had family members who perished in that incident. He says he was about 1.5 kilometers away, and he saw this, he had this loud bang, followed by this huge fireball in the air. Now, a lot of people who were actually there say that this fireball then just flew past them like a river. So those who were right next to the blast itself, bodies burnt beyond recognition. We understand there could even be some who were vaporized. We're not sure yet. We're still waiting for further details. Now, authorities say that they've now begun the process of identification, and they're doing it in 2-3 different ways. Number one, photographs of the victims will be taken. Those that can be identified will be identified. For those who can be identified physically, they'll be given a chance, because not everybody was burnt beyond recognition. Remember, there are people in cars who are slightly behind the area of the tragedy itself, but were still caught up in it. And third, DNA testing. Now, this DNA process will be for those victims who were burnt beyond recognition. Family members will be asked to provide a DNA sample. They'll start with the mother before they go on to some of the siblings, and then the father, of course. But that process will take at least 2 weeks. For the simple reason, authorities want to be 100% sure. They do not want to hand over bodies to the wrong families.
And of course, this is a difficult time for the families of these victims, looking for answers as far as the investigation is concerned, but also looking for support. Now, we understand that authorities have said they will provide assistance. What will this exactly entail?
Well, Lindy, that's a very good question.